Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Kevin Sullivan Advice Channel. Thanks for watching my channel. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you have not hit the subscribe button yet, make sure you hit the notification bell when you hit the subscribe button so that you can be informed every time I go live or every time I upload a video. Also, if you're already a subscriber, please make sure that you subscribe now. You can subscribe while you even watching the video. Just click the bell button and you will know every time I go live and when I upload a video. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, the topic of this video will be called the scapegoat versus the golden child versus the scapegoat, part 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are the scapegoat, you will very well understand this. Even if you was the golden child, you understand this too. I know what I'm talking about, because you start to see this and learn this before you know about narcissism and toxicness. You kind of already get the feeling of this, but you don't really understand it or put too much thought into it because you're not informed enough to understand at first when you see this and kind of get a little glimpse or a little understanding of what's going on. Which the golden child is already, all golden childs are just made to be narcissists. The parents, the scapegoats, most of the time are not. Scapegoats are most of the time not narcissists at all, because this is one of the reasons why they become scapegoats, because they're different from everyone else. In the family dynamic, they are different. So they are made the scapegoat because of that. In some cases, you have a narcissistic scapegoat. It's just that the difference in the dynamic of that is just based on the fact that the golden child, all the kids can end up being narcissistic. It's just that there's only room for one golden child. So all the kids can end up being narcissistic. It's just that somebody has to be the scapegoat. So it could work like that, or it could work most of the time. Scapegoats are just not end up your normally. It's like 50-50. It's like 50-50. It's in the family dynamic. It's 50-50. When you see that you have families where the narcissist is the scapegoat, where the golden child and the narcissist is a scapegoat, and you have it to where in other families that the scapegoat is the scapegoat is not a narcissist, but the golden child is a narcissist. And the golden child is kind of hard for the golden child. I say 75, 25 now, because it's kind of hard for the golden child not to be a narcissist, because they are spoiled and taught that they are better than everybody. So it's kind of hard for you not to be a narcissist, because you are told that you're better than everyone in the house and in the world, and the person could do this, this won't happen. You could do this, this won't happen to you, which is a lie. This will cause you to be, they make you think that they make the golden child think that they are better than everyone, and just nothing they can do that's wrong. So it's impossible for you not to be a narcissist at that point. So I would say all golden childs are narcissists. Yep. Oh, I hope I ain't confused nobody with none of that. I was supposed to break that up. Okay, but ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So the golden child versus the scapegoat, it works because they put the golden child against the scapegoat. Even if there's other kids in the house, the scapegoat is made the scapegoat, and he's made for all of the kids to hate, especially the golden child. They put the golden child and make a comparison of the golden child and the scapegoat. The family does this, the parents does this, the friends, the narcissistic friends of the scapegoat and the golden child does this as well. The narcissists in the neighborhood, the community do this as well. The narcissists at school do this as well. You know, the friends of the family does, narcissistic friends of the family does this as well. And the narcissistic partners of the scapegoat and the golden child does this as well. Everyone narcissistic that sees this relationship and is involved in this relationship or close to it in any type of way, that's narcissistic does this as well. Put the golden child and the scapegoat against each other. So ladies and gentlemen, the scapegoat is not even paying attention to this and don't care. See, while this is going on, at first, the scapegoat doesn't even know at first, because he don't understand that the abuse that has happened to him or what's going on at first, because he don't understand it. You know, and he's not, the scapegoat is, especially, you know, the scapegoat is not trying to compete with the golden child. The scapegoat is not even trying to compete with the golden child. The scapegoat is not even that type for the scapegoat that's not narcissistic, because some scapegoats are narcissists and some scapegoats are not. So the scapegoat that is not narcissist is not even paying attention and don't even care. They not comparing themselves to them because they see the other sibling as they see him in a healthy relationship way. Like they love him, they care about him, they wish him the best, they're not jealous of him, they're happy for him and anything they accomplish. The golden child don't think this way. The golden child been raised and brought up and taught that they are better than the scapegoat, and that the scapegoat is just a no good person. So they've been brought up this way, like I said, about every and anybody who is a narcissist. So the golden child is always trying to compete with the scapegoat. They're always watching everything they do and always trying to keep them in the position of being a scapegoat. Even when the scapegoat break out of that position and trying to break out of that and breaking out of that situation, that arrangement, and just out of the scapegoat mentality as well. The golden child still try to keep them there by trying to make them do things for them. Like, I'm hungry, make me something to eat. Or we hungry, we want this. You make this. Why don't you make it? You know, they try to make it seem like, they always make the scapegoat feel like whatever they do is something that they can't do, everybody else in the house can't do. Like, they do it special when it's something every normal human being can do. They're not disabled and they don't have no limitations that say that they can't do these things, but you're the scapegoat, so you're the slave and you're supposed to do everything while they sit and don't do nothing at all. So the golden child loves this because the golden child was made to be lazy. They made to be entitled. They made to think that the golden child, the golden child is made to think that the scapegoat is their personal slave. And this is why you'll have the golden child trying to, you know, especially them being, the golden child being lazy, trying to make sure that the golden child, that the scapegoat child handles everything. The golden child always trying to make sure the scapegoat child handles everything. Whether it's cooking, cleaning, running errands, doing this, doing that, everything. Like everything that's wrong with the parent or parents, the golden child is lazy, and the other children too, they don't think that they're supposed to be taking care of these things because they was trained and brought up that the scapegoat's supposed to handle everything in the house. Anything somebody needs done, they supposed to take care of it. Every little thing. And the golden child takes pride and pleasure in this because they have a deep envy for the scapegoat. Because like I said, the scapegoat is usually a good stand-up person. You know, not that they're perfect, not that they don't have flaws, not that they don't have mistakes, not that they don't have any type of addictions. It's just when you get down to the bottom and you get down to what really matters, the scapegoat is, the scapegoat is really a good, genuine person, you know? And the golden child hates that and doesn't like that, like the rest of the narcissistic siblings don't. And just like the narcissistic parent, our parent doesn't like the scapegoat for that reason either. So they've been made to hate and dislike this person because of their good qualities. So it's also that the other siblings, especially the golden child, been groomed and taught to hate the scapegoat. But it gets personal as they get older too. You get older, you go through, maturity, puberty, and the golden child and the other siblings, especially the golden child, they are noticing the good qualities about the scapegoat as years go by, and they start hating and despising and getting the jealous red eye, the envious eye of the scapegoat, because now it makes it worse. Because not only was they grown up and taught to think this way, that now they find their own personal reasons for their own limitations, them being narcissists, that they find even more reasons. So now it's becoming personal. So it makes it really worse for the other siblings, especially the golden child, to not like and to dislike the scapegoat. Because what the scapegoat child don't know and understand at first is that our parents and the other people of the other narcissistic people of the family, or the friends, the neighbors, the community, are doing this as well. They don't understand this. They don't know this. See, with a narcissistic scapegoat, it'd just be drama. It'd be fight back and forth. Like they'll be in competition together. They'll be trying to prove it. They'll fight them. They'll try to prove it. They'll just like them too. When it comes to a narcissist or a narcissistic or a toxic scapegoat in the family, it'd just be back and forth. It'd be even. It'd be back and forth because they both are narcissists, so they both feel the same way. It's just that one is a golden child and one is the scapegoat. But they both narcissists, they both toxic, or they, are both just narcissistic. So it just don't even matter. It's just that it's the difference between, the only thing that matters is the difference between the golden child and the scapegoat in that form. But you dealing with two narcissists or toxic people, so it really don't matter. They're just bumping heads. It's just one is admired and one is hated. Even though that's still not a good thing, I wish it wasn't like that. It's still not a good thing, but you understand what I mean. Now that we got that out, this video is more about the narcissistic golden child versus the non-narcissistic scapegoat. So the golden child is always comparing everything that they do to the scapegoat. They always watching them and always trying to up them and what they're doing. They'll make sure they stay in a relationship because, or stay in whatever type of relationship that whatever type of kind of romantic relationship, just so they could always say to themselves, well, I am in a relationship, I matter, I'm important. The scapegoat is in a relationship because he wants to be and the person wants to be with them, or the scapegoat could not be in a relationship and be fine and content with that, because the scapegoat, the non-narcissistic scapegoat, that's what's going to be talked about moving forward with the videos. The non-narcissistic scapegoat is not worried about stuff like that. They're good with themselves. They can handle their own. They can take care of themselves, their own feelings, their emotions. They do things off their own beat. They march by themselves. They don't need none of that. They don't, they can validate themselves. So all the while, the gold child don't even understand that they're being set up because they're not living their own life, because they focusing on the gold. The golden child focuses on the scapegoat. They're worried about if they doing this, what they doing. So if they're not walking in their true the divine destiny, and they're not doing things off of what they should be doing, but the scapegoat is, they're on track with their life. They're not worried about the golden child. They don't hate, they're not jealous, they don't dislike the golden child. They actually are a real sibling, whether brother or sister, whether the bigger one, older one, or the younger one. They are actually true, loving, caring, and giving sibling to them. The golden child, on the other hand, is full of envy, hate, and jealousy. And they've been trained and groomed and programmed this way, mixed in with them having their own personal jealousies and insecurities about themselves that they seem to use, that they also have on their own, for them to more not like the scapegoat. So it makes it worse. So you got one hating one and only fake like they like and love them and that they care about them, which is the golden child does that. But then you have the scapegoat who actually is really genuine and really love and care about the golden child. And what the golden child really don't understand, and will probably never understand, being that they narcissistic, is that they've been played their whole life. They've been played since a child and been taught that they're better than the scapegoat and all the siblings, period. Especially the scapegoat, that they are better. So and narcissists are delusional. And the parents and all the narcissistic people that have anything to do with this family, whether related or not, they are delusional too. So they have the golden child thinking that no matter what, that they are doing better always, no matter what, and that they are better and more successful, more intelligent, more better looking, and have a better future than the scapegoat. No matter what the golden child situation is, no matter what they go through, they are taught no matter what they do, it's always better than the scapegoat, and it's always better than the rest of the siblings. And which is far from the truth, very far from the truth, and very delusional and very grandiose. They are taught to really look at the scapegoat as somebody to abuse and to look down on. And then they also do this with the other siblings too. The golden child is very negative. Whenever something comes up, because narcissists are negative people and negative thinkers anyway, they think the worst. They are very negative people. They are taught to always, when even a scapegoat or other siblings talk about other things, positive things about what they want to do in their life, the narcissist always shoots it down in negativity. Like, you're not going to be nothing. You're not going to do nothing. Because with the golden child's been taught that they're perfect and they make no mistakes, is actually a lie. And they actually get to see that because they don't do work on themselves and they make mistakes because they think they can't. So they don't think twice about nothing. They don't learn what mistakes is, what's right and what's wrong. And they don't listen to no one because they think everything they think and they know everything, which you don't. And then once you think that, you'll soon find out that that's not true at all. So the more they live and the more they go into the world and they make mistakes, the more they envy the scapegoat and the other siblings, because what they've been told, they start to see it as smack them in the face that that's not true. But, you know, narcissists have to believe that that's true. They can't not believe that they're not perfect or they're not better than this one. So they believe it anyway, even though they start to feel that and start to hate themselves even more for the fact that they fail, because narcissists hate to fail, they hate to be wrong. So once they really are, it really hits them and they don't know how to take it and handle it. You know, so what they do is lash out on the scapegoat and the other siblings or everybody and anybody else. So the golden child life could be going all downhill, and they still will try to be competing with the scapegoat and still think their life is better than the scapegoat, especially if the scapegoat is going through trials and tribulations. They love it because All narcissists love this when it's happening to other people because it makes them feel good about themselves when other people are down or hurt or going through things. And they like that. So with this happening, it's a big thing to them. And they don't celebrate the things of the scapegoat. The golden child don't like to see the scapegoat achieve or life get better or get compliments, or they don't like anything positive to go on in the scapegoat's life, and they only will celebrate them or give them something for their birthday when they're down. Like if the scapegoat was completely broke, no job, no type of income, doing bad, when their birthday come around, the golden child will give the scapegoat money for their birthday because that's making them feel good. They won't give them a lot, not a lot of money. No, it's not a lot at all, but they'll give them that so they can feel good because why? They don't have nothing. They don't have no money, so they know what they giving them can't make them. So they don't mind giving it to them. Plus, it make them feel good. Plus, they doing it so you could look at them like, oh, you know, feel bad about yourself, like you had to give me money. Especially if the scapegoat is older than the golden child. That really will make them feel good. You know, it makes them so, and they think that you're thinking how they would think. Like, oh, I feel sad about myself. I'm a failure. You know, somebody else got to give me money. You know, they think you thinking all of these things, which they want you to think because they want you to feel bad. And so right then and there was a gem. Narcissists do good things for other people, hoping that they feel bad about themselves. Golden child always been raised and put on this big pedestal for no reason. The golden child never proved themselves. The golden child has never proved themselves. They just been told this without any having to work. And this is why this is detriment to their life and their future, because they are, especially depending on the parents that they have, the relatives, and the community they was raised in and raised by, depending on that too. You know, they wasn't taught right. They wasn't raised right and brought up right to understand what they need to understand about life. So they most likely always fail and don't understand why they fail. And they don't know how to handle it or deal with it. So they are always the scapegoat. Notice, because the scapegoat always got to fend for themselves. They always got to get what they want on their own. They really get no help at all. They only get a little bit of tiny help, if any at all. So they've been having to fight for everything they want. And they just different. That's why they the scapegoat in the first place. So everything's different. They have to fight. They have to go out and get what they want, you know. And they end up learning things about life because the scapegoat is brought up and taught different than the golden child. The golden child is taught no matter what goes on, what happens, they are better than everybody. No matter what they're going through, no matter what they do is never wrong, and that they are always better than everybody, and things will get better no matter what happens. And it's far from the truth. So this caused them to have a decline in their life, and what narcissists do is, the golden child narcissists do is, they make it seem like what they're going to do is not that bad. They use comparisons that's really not a comparison. Because like I said, they small-minded. So they think small-minded when they come to comparing stuff. So when a narcissist's life is going all out of control and it's just a mess, when the golden child think, you know, their life is a mess from the mistakes and the decisions that they make, the golden child use small-minded, unrealistic comparisons to the scapegoat and the other siblings to try to get that ego going, you know, and not to feel that narc injury. So what they do is they make a comparison like, well, I have a car, you don't have a car. That's not a real comparison, you know, but that's what they'll think. Like, well, I have a car, you don't have a car. So, you know, I'm doing better than you, you know, and then that will be the means of them having a car and keeping a car to make them feel better, you know, because it'll come to the point where it's really no comparison. So if the golden child have a car and the scapegoat doesn't have a car, they'll use that and keep that, you know, as what, I'm better than you and doing better than you because I have a car, and it don't matter no what. So it don't matter, you know. And so what happens is once the scapegoat get the car, then now that's ruined. Then now they got to get something else. At first they'll try to compare the cars. Well, my car better than yours anyway. But if the cars is the same, or if the scapegoat car is better, now they got to get another car, a better car, you know, because they need that to hold on to think. Narcissists always need something to hold on to compare themselves to somebody that they are better than. They always need something to show them and try to validate. So this is part one of the golden child versus the scapegoat. So, and this is keep going on, been going through all through life. Like the golden child always thinks this and always feels this way. And they always trying to compete with them and always trying to put the golden child, always trying to put the scapegoat down and always laughing at anything that they go through and always competing with them. And the narcissist, like the golden, to say the scapegoat like to buy nice clothes, right? This is the narcissist, the golden child twisted logic. If the scapegoat likes buying clothes and like to look nice and like to wear nice clothes, and the scapegoat, I mean the golden child doesn't like to spend money on clothes because they cheap and they like to blow their money on something else, they'll say to themselves, I have more money than you and I do better than you financially, and I'm more responsible with my money because I don't buy nice clothes. So wait a minute. So you know my whole financial situation. You know what's in my bank account. You know my income. How many incomes do I have? Blase, all, you know, you have to really know to know. But they make this judgment on their own because no matter what, they gotta self-validate them, try to self-validate themselves to make them feel. They don't really know how. So this is why they make an unrealistic comparison. So you spend your money on nice clothes. I know them clothes cost money. So you broke because, you know, I just know you spent all your money on nice clothes. You don't have no more money. And so I don't spend my money on nice clothes. I buy cheap clothes. But see, the narcissist, the golden child might do that because he spent all his money on an addiction, whether the addiction is food or the addiction is any type of drug or alcohol, any type of substance abuse. But see, the narcissist, the golden child won't think about that because they don't think realistic at all. They don't even think realistic. And they say anything and have to feel and think that regardless. So they come up with anything to feel and just to think and just to suppress how they really feel about you, you know? So they'll say anything. They'll come up with any excuse to fail and tell themselves anything to just to fail that they are better than you and doing better than you, so that they don't have to feel that rage and that jealousy and envy that they really feel about you, because deep down inside the truth is that you are really better than them. That's how they really feel and think, and which is in most cases true. So ladies and gentlemen, this is part one of the golden child versus scapegoat. I hope this was a good enough video for you and was informative enough for you. For those who would like to email me at Kevin Sullivan YouTube at yahoo.com. If you'd like to email me at that email address. Also, if you would like to book a coaching section one-on-one with me, whether it be via Skype or over the phone, I do that, and you can email me to schedule. Also, I change the prices of it. So the pricing structure for those who in the past want to know how I changed, how I price the sessions, email me about that and I will let you know. Also, for those who would like to donate, you can click the donation link in the description box of this video and every video. Also, there's a donation button at the right top hand corner of my home page. Any currency, doesn't matter. Thanks for watching my channel. This is the Kevin Sullivan Advice channel. Everybody have a great day and stay narcissistic free.